We're going to be focusing on the story about the former Sars Commissioner, Tom Moyane, partner.
Yes, well, he will know today if he'll get his job back. The North Gauteng High Court is expected to deliver its judgment. Moyane wants the court to overturn his dismissal and prevent the Sars Commission of Inquiry from submitting its final report to President Cyril Ramaphosa. Now, Heidi Giokos keeping an eye on that story for us. Heidi, very good morning to you once again. Let's just start with a very general outlook for anyone who might have missed it, who's confused about Tom Moyane and the back and forth in the story. What does this decision actually mean? Whatever the decision this court comes to today, just explain to us how we got here. Why is he fighting this in the North Gauteng High Court today?
So, Giokos, a couple of months ago, Tom Moyane and his legal team took to the Constitutional Court, arguing the fact that a disciplinary hearing chaired by Advocate Azarbaum and the Commission of Inquiry by Judge Nugent and his panel running at the same time was unlawful and unfair towards Tom Moyane. He argues that these two processes running at the same time have not given him a fair opportunity to present his case forward and to defend himself, given the fact that they are running at the same time. He turned to the Constitutional Court. The Constitutional Court dismissed that application, saying that there was no exclusive jurisdiction. He then turned to the North Gauteng High Court, where we are at today, and this court agreeing to listen to his case. Last week we saw heads of arguments coming together, where Tom Moyane is saying that he's been unfairly treated, he's not been given a fair opportunity, and basically saying that he wants the status quo lifted. Now, let me just explain to you why he wants the status quo lifted. Judge Nugent and his panel released an interim report at the end of September recommending that Tom Moyane be fired as the commissioner. That was the final recommendation in the interim report. The president then decided to listen to that recommendation and fire Tom Moyane on the 1st of November. Tom Moyane, however, arguing that it is unlawful for the president to do so, given the fact that both these cases were running at the same time, and that no court has heard this application, and that's why he wants the status quo lifted. He wants to remain suspended until any court decides on whether or not the president should have waited until his disciplinary hearing was over and waited until the final report was released by Judge Nugent. And this is why he is at the North Gauteng High Court today, and that is where judgment will be handed down by Judge Fabricius, because Tom Moyane feels as though he was not given a fair opportunity, and he's arguing his case that he should remain suspended until both these processes have ended and he's been given a fair opportunity.
Yeah, and he has been talking a lot about fairness and the process of fairness, Heidi. Just give us a bit more detail about what he's actually had to say about that and why he's being treated so unfairly.
So last week, when we saw, this case being heard for the first time in the North Gauteng High Court, we saw Tom Moyane arriving, which is quite strange given the fact that he only appeared once at the Commission of Inquiry and always puts his legal team forward to speak on his behalf and present his case. But last week, we actually got a word from former SARS boss Tom Moyane, and he decided to actually speak to ENCA and basically say that, he has one word to say, and that is fairness, and he feels that that should be given to every single citizen, and this is what he had to say to us.
At the core of everything that has been said in this court today is one single word: fairness. Fairness is something that you cannot take away from any citizen, rich or poor, sick or whatever, but at the center of everything that needs to be dealt with is the aspect of fairness. And I'm happy that my team has been able to postulate this position, and it makes my heart to melt to the point wherein I feel that it is important that we deal with the issue of fairness in its superlative manner.
So, Heidi, what do we know of what Tom Moyane's next move will be should he not have any joy in the North Gauteng High Court, should this judgment not go the way he wants it?
So should this judgment not go the way he wants it, and the status quo is not lifted and he does not remain suspended SARS Commissioner, he will obviously appeal this application and appeal the judgments, and obviously go to the Supreme Court of Appeal. It is not the end of the road for Tom Moyane if this judge does not rule in his favour. He can go to alternative courts to appeal this matter, and his legal team has made it very clear that they are not backing down and they are fighting until the end, because they feel as though he has been unfairly treated. And this is why, Tom Moyane has come into court and practiced his rights, given the fact that he feels as though he's been unfairly treated, and he wants the president to lift the status quo, not dismiss him, and not appoint a new commissioner until all processes have come to an end.
All right, thanks very much. Heidi Giokos, she'll bring us that decision as soon as we hear about it there in the North Gauteng High Court.